This is All Access MMA.
My next guest is finally going to be making his UFC debut coming up here July 31st at UFC Fight Night, taking on Phil Rowe. It is Orion Cosce joining me here on the program. Orion, how are you, sir?
Been going good, James. How you been doing, man?
I've been doing well. It is so good to see you back in action. I know that UFC debut, we've been waiting for it for a while. I know you had an injury last year. That's what sort of kept you out of action. What was the injury for those who don't know, and how long was the recovery time?
It was 4 bulging discs in the neck with a crushed spinal cord and overstretched nerves. All the nerves in the brachial plexus region were all overstretched, thus causing my entire right arm, pec, lat to be immobile. Couldn't use them. It was weird. I was up for 4 days or 3 days without sleep because of how bad the pain was. And fucking put my wife through a lot. And, not able to, it sucked though. Couldn't do anything to sleep. Even if I fell asleep for an hour, I'd be in pain right after. They tried to give me some ibuprofen, some pain medication, and none of it worked. So I just told myself, hey, it's something you're just going to have to tolerate. So learn how to tolerate the pain. And that's what I did. They were telling me that it was going to be a 1.5 to 2 year recovery. So we were looking at 18 to 24 months at first. When I told my manager that, he's all, oh man, what should we do? And one of the doctors was, trying to tell us, surgery could be a good thing, or you could do a cortisone shot, a steroid shot to make it to where the neck works. But then you're risking further damage in the future if you just continue to train. And so I just told myself, hey, I'm going to take a couple of weeks off, and then I'll start training again, because even just doing running and sprints would jar it and make the nerve overstretch more, which is causing it more pain and damage. So I just took time off. I just went hiking, light swimming, stuff like that, stuff that wasn't going to hurt it too much. And the recovery process was a bitch, but instead of 18 months, I was back ready to go within about 3 months, just doing rejuvenation therapy and stuff like that. So
that's good. What caused all this? Was it just an accumulation of your fight career, or was there something specific that led to this?
Overtraining. I was overtraining, getting ready for the Dalby fight. Not taking enough rest in between. I was training probably 3 to 4 times a day, super hard, super rugged. And there was times where I do back-to-back sessions without any food, no Pedialyte or electrolytes and stuff like that. And so I just told myself going into this one, it's hey, start listening to your body. You can't just keep pushing. Your body is a machine at a point, but machines do break down. So take care of your body so you can last a long time, not a short time.
And it sounded pretty serious. Like you were saying, you couldn't sleep and all this stuff. Was there ever talk of it maybe being career ending, or was that ever something on the table that they mentioned to you?
They tried to, and then I told them fuck off.
There you go. Good for you. That's great. So safe to say, with everything you've gone through, that this has sort of been the right amount of time off to have your next fight?
Yeah, I wanted to fight sooner, but they were only able to get me on this card because, this wasn't fully booked up. And so I just told them, give me a fight whenever, with whoever. I just wanted to fight again. I've been ready to go for a couple months now. I feel great. I feel strong. I even told them I'd fight at 185, but they want to see me fight at 170 and see what I can do, just because that's what I, got into the UFC at, was at 170. But I'm looking forward to this fight, looking forward to finishing it, keep it out of the hands of the judges. And then hopefully with everything that goes well, look forward to fighting again really fast.
Yeah, make up for lost time, so to speak. Just last thing on the injury. So was this something that, were you dealing with this even when you were on Contender Series, or was this something you dealt with after? And the reason I asked it is, I'm wondering, are we going to see an even better version of you in this fight because of addressing this issue, was an accumulation?
I think it was just built up over the years. They were saying, the neck injury from the bulging disc looks like it's been deteriorating. They said it was deteriorating for at least 10 years. And so they're saying my bulging disc was affecting my left arm. I was like, well, it's not my left arm that hurts, it's my right arm. I can't use it. They're like, no, that's impossible. I was like, it's not impossible. I know what I'm fucking feeling.
Right. Yeah.
So they did some tests, and then I did, a lot of muscle recovery, strength recovery, fiber recovery. And when I say fiber recovery, what I mean by that is the muscle fibers itself, getting deep tissue massage, forcing that the atrophy to go away through massage therapy, as well as strength training with it. And I wanted to try different things, and I was doing a lot of research because, can't sleep. What else am I going to do? So I did a lot of research, and I decided, hey, let's try this out, and it worked. I said, instead of 18 months, I was ready to go, and I had full use of my arm again, doing push-ups and pull-ups. And that was the weird part. I couldn't do a push-up. Like, even on my knees, I tried to do a push-up, and when I went to push up, like, my left arm would push, but my right arm wouldn't push. And that was, like, a couple of weeks it was like that. No pull-ups, no nothing. It would just hurt. And then it got to the point where I just told myself, hey, it's time to push through, time to keep going. And that's what I did. It hurt every day, but I forced it through, and I got tougher, got stronger. Now I'm back. I'm even stronger than I was before.
Looking forward to it. Yeah.
And then forcing the recovery the way I'm doing it now, it's been a godsend.
Let's talk about your opponent here, Phil Rowe, 7-3 record. What do you know about him? How do you feel like you match up against him here?
I know he's hella tall with a long reach. In his Contender Series fight, that was about almost 2 years ago, he doesn't do well against people his height, his reach. He tries to use his reach against people shorter with less reach than him. But I watched his fight against Gabe Green. He comes out, he'll try to push the volume fast, but one thing I've noticed, and it's like all these other fighters, they say that they're going to push the pace, and then I fucking hit them, and they start backing up. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out there. I'm just going to fucking mollywop him. I'm going to start looking for his chin, look for his ribs. Something tells me he's going to try to take it to the ground, make it to where he thinks I'm not going to expect it, so he can try to use his jiu-jitsu. I know he's been doing a lot of jiu-jitsu lately. One of my buddies was telling me he listened to his podcast, and I was like, why would you do that? Like, I don't care. So, yeah, he said he's the best jiu-jitsu guy at 170. He doesn't have to prove it, but he knows it. And I was like, that's cool. I was like, but you're in a fight. You can't really use your jiu-jitsu if you're just fucking getting hit a lot. And that's my plan. I'm going to go out there and hit him a lot. If he wants to go to the ground, I mean, we can go to the ground. That's fine. I don't really care. I just feel comfortable wherever right now. I feel really strong. I feel really good with my endurance. And I already know not to, go into his dart or try to let him set up a darce. He has long arms. He has long legs. He's going to try to use that for his jiu-jitsu. But I don't think he's going to like it when I hit him.
Who have you mainly been working with for this training camp as far as training partners?
I got my buddy Luke. He's I think Luke is 6'5" with an 83-inch reach.
Wow, big guy.
And he's bigger, so that works out a lot. And then I've been training with my striking coach Ezra Regan, and he's 6'6". So it's been working a lot with these bigger boys, these taller guys, getting those long looks because it makes it easier going against people my size. But honestly, man, I just train however, wherever, whenever, If I'm not an alpha male, I'm at my workplace training. If I'm not at my workplace training, I'm at alpha male. If I'm not at either, I'm in the woods training, climbing up a tree or going swimming, throwing rocks, doing some old
doing
school
manly stuff. Let's be honest here. I mean, that sounds pretty damn cool, right? Going to the forest and throwing rocks around. That's awesome.
Oh, I love it. Just pick up a giant fucking rock and start walking up the hill with it, drop it over a bridge or something like that, just some res boy shit. Yeah,
no, I love it. The reason I brought up training partners, because I know obviously Team Alpha Male, we just had Max Griffin win a big fight against Carlos Condit. I don't know if you were part of his camp at all or you got to train with him.
I was not. He was already getting ready for his fight, and when I was already back in Alpha Male, he was only 2 weeks out.
Oh,
and
okay,
so
gotcha.
I just chit-chatted with him. But next time I see him, though, I got to give him shit for not finishing that fight.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Well, actually, I'm seeing him. I'm supposed to interview him on Friday, so maybe I can throw that little tidbit out there. And how about when you've been off for this long? How's the weight cut going? Everything going according to plan?
Weight cut's doing really good right now. I mean, it's going to be my toughest weight cut to date because I did put on more size, I put on more muscle mass while I was strength training. But I've never missed weight in my life, so I'm ready.
Don't plan on it happening. And then who's going to be in your corner for this fight on July 31st?
I'm going to have my brother, Brian Wilson, and Ezra Regan.
How's this fight playing out? I know you said you want to keep it standing. Are we going to see a knockout? How do you envision the fight going down?
Lately when I've been giving predictions of where I think the fight's going to go, I'm never right. It's always something else, But I can see him getting desperate, going for shots, sloppy shots. So I can see me catching him with a guillotine or a darce myself. But, I just want to finish the fight. I really don't care how I finish it. I just want to finish it. So if there's any gamblers that are watching this, in hopes that you're going to get to hope what round I'm looking to finish or, what kind of finish I'm going to get, just know I'm going to finish the fight. So either put money on me to finish by KO or submission, just either one.
Or even better, get the inside the distance prop, right? You can use that one too. Some books have that. So there you go.
I can't go to the judges. You
talked about it there in terms of you wanting to sort of make up for lost time. You want sort of a quick turnaround. I guess if you're healthy, you're trying to get on the next card type thing because you want to keep the momentum going, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I want to fight at least 4 or 5 times before the end of the year.
Okay, that's good. And you talked about it there. You're an outdoors guy. What have you been up to this summer? I know obviously you're training for the fight, but you getting in any? Do you do any camping or anything like that, or what do you get up to during the summer?
Weeks ago, got to go camping with the wife and the family. It was like a church camp for the kids, and so we just went out, spent time with them, helped them out, did activities with all the kids like volleyball, football, swimming, paddleboarding, stuff like that. So it was more so like get out of like society to reset that natural time clock. But I like camping, man. I like swimming. I like hunting and all that stuff. So it was just nice to be in the woods, breathe that fresh air. Then coming back to the city and back to work, I'm like, fuck, I hate this.
Yeah, it is nice to go out there. I assume you're doing real camping, like with a tent, as opposed to like whatever they call it, glamping, where like, you go in an RV. Like it's different, right? Like when you're actually in a tent as opposed to being in like a nice, comfy RV or anything like that.
I have to make fun of my buddy Anthony because he has an RV. He's like, yeah, dude, we're going camping. I was like, you're not fucking camping, dude. You're in an RV. You're not camping. Like you have to be in a tent, be in a hammock. That is camping.
Yeah.
I don't mind staying at like a lodge cabin every now and then.
For sure.
With people, but I do prefer camping in a tent. Just that's the way I grew up. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, no, same way. I went camping about a month ago in Vancouver where I live, and it rains here a lot. So we actually put a tarp up out where there's like a picnic table and our tent, and we put it up there. And thank God we did because it poured like crazy. So at least we could still have our dinner. That's a camping tip for you right there. Find a couple trees, get a couple ropes, get a tarp all around the area, and then you're good to go. So
sweet. That's easy pickings right there.
Yeah, it's good camping tips. Thanks so much for the time, man. It was great talking to you. Looking forward to your debut coming up here July 31st, UFC Fight Night. Anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media? I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, social media is just at Galaxy Cosce. If you try to add me on Facebook, I'm not going to add you back. Just I keep Facebook from like family and friends that are back.
100%. Yeah, I'm the same way. Yeah.
If it's Instagram, Twitter, I'll talk shit to people and stuff like that. As family funly jesting with friends. But yeah, just look at my name, Orion Cosce, or at Galaxy Cosce on any social media or Twitch. And then, for my sponsors, Get Right, just, they've done a lot to help me out. They give me clothing and all that stuff. My management, Iridium Sports with Jason and Jacob and all those guys, got to definitely thank them for getting me the opportunities and all the cool stuff they get. So Good and Slate Milk. So Good CBD product from the So Right series, and then Slate Milk. Fucking love those guys. If you haven't tried the dark chocolate Slate Milk, guys, like you're missing out. Like mix that with your cereal in the morning or your oatmeal. It's one of the greatest delicacies I've ever had in my life. And then Steph Dalkey with doTERRA. She helps me out a lot too. She gets me some oils and like some deep blue rub. That way I can recover faster and shit like that. And, just Alpha Male Lost Boys, obviously my brother, and then, last but not least, and definitely the most important, my wife.